All right, ladies and gentlemen, I know that these notes look a little bit different than what we're used to, but that's because we're using a little bit of a different source for that. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a look about distance on the coordinate plane. This is day one on distance on the coordinate plane. So what we're going to do is our target is I can find the distance between 2 points on a number line. I'm sorry, on a coordinate grid. What I want you to do right now is I want you to try the opening exercise on your own. I would recommend the very first thing that you need to do is draw a coordinate grid. Pause the video right now, go through and try these problems, and then if you get stuck, go ahead and press play. Now, the very first thing that we need to do is to go through and read the problem and underline the important information. 4 friends are touring on motorcycles. They come to an intersection of 2 roads. The road they are on continues straight. The other is perpendicular to it. The sign at the intersection shows the distances to several towns. Draw a map diagram of the roads and use it and the information on the sign to answer the following questions. Okay. So if we drew our coordinate grid right here, which is an intersection of 2 different roads, and if they are perpendicular meaning that they cross each other, okay, it creates a coordinate grid. Now the sign on the road says that Albertsville is 8 miles to the left. I'm going to count by 2s when I go through and create my grid. So if Albertville is 8 miles this way, 2, 4, 6, 8 miles here. That's Albertville. Blossville is 3 miles in this direction. So if I'm going by 2s, three miles would be right here. Cheyenne is 12 miles in this direction. Dewey Falls is 6 miles in this direction. What's the distance between Albertsville here and Dewey Falls here? So as we travel across 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16 miles. Need to make sure that you put your label on there. Distance between Blossville and Cheyenne, 3 to 12. So 3 to 4 is 1, 4 to 6 is 3, 6 to 8 is 5, 8 to 10 is 7, 10 to 12 is 9 miles apart. The intersection of the 2 roads is called what? That's our starting point. It's called our origin. Or 0, 0. Okay. All right, take a look on the top of the next page. What we're doing is we're taking a look about the distance between 2 points on a simple axis. So that means that we're not going through the entire grid, but we're staying on an axis. Just like we worked with our number line before, I have my 0 point. I have my 0 point, and then I have my negative. 1, 2, 3, 4, and my positives. Now, just because I'm not drawing it doesn't mean that that y-axis isn't there. It still is there in the problem. It's just that we're not using it right now. So my point is that negative 4 is 0, which means it's on the x-axis, and 5, 0. How far apart are they on the number line? There's two different ways that we can find that out. We can just count by step counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 spaces. So that's by counting, step counting. Or by using absolute value. Okay? Both of those ways work. Absolute value or by step counting. Try example 2 on your own. So pause the video now. I'll give you a hint. These are both y values, so you'll want to do a y number line. Go. Pause now. If we take a look at this, the line segment with points 0, -6 and 0, -11. What do they have in common? Okay, both of them are negative. So both of them, if I were to draw a x-axis here, would be below 0. I'm going to go by 2's again. -2, -4, -6, -8, -10, -12. So right here is -11. Right here is -6. The distance between them, -6 to -8, that's 2 spaces, 4 spaces, 5 spaces. That's by skip counting. Since they're both negative, they're below the origin. And since they both have the same sign, we're going to subtract for our absolute value. The absolute value of -11 minus the absolute value of -6. It's 11 minus 6 equals 5 spaces. Okay. So that's if we have numbers on the number line. What happens if they're not on a number line? How do we find those distances? Okay. Very first thing that you do is we check about what do they have in common. You see here we have a -3 in common. That tells us that it's to the left of our origin. One, two, three, four, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm at -3, 3, and -3, -5. So when we're looking at this, we notice that they have different y values, same x value, different y values, and that the y values are opposite are on opposite sides of the number line, of the x-axis. So if we know that, we can use absolute value and add them together. So I have absolute value of 3 plus the absolute value of -5. 3 plus 5 equals 8. If I step count, I go from 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spots. Okay. Now tonight, I'd like you to try A and D. We'll review them at the beginning of class tomorrow. All right. Have a good night, and we'll see you.